Hello and welcome. So it seems that Donald Trump has made the suggestion of why can't we just bomb the hurricanes coming off of the African coast? As they come off the African coast. I mean, just bomb the shit out of them, right? Right? I mean, we already know he don't like black people, and racist people would defend that. Don't know why. He don't hate black people. You remember that one black guy he said was his friend? Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. So it reported that everyone was in shock. Like, bomb it? What? Bomb it, nuke it, turn on the Texas size, industrial fan. Don't matter. I am going to dispel any and everything about anything when it comes to doing something in this realm. All right? So, why should you not bomb a hurricane? It won't work. There you go. Hurricane releases enough energy to equal out that bomb 300 to maybe 1,000 times over. So, pointless. It might blow away a few clouds here and there, might make a little pocket, then the system will reform. All right. Now, let's just say by chance you decide to do this. Anyone listening, I want you to take the idea that you're going to drop a bomb into the eye of a hurricane, which would not be the best spot to do it. It really wouldn't. You want to destroy a hurricane, you have to drop a series of bombs within the eye wall itself, and they will have to detonate at the same time. Destroy the eye wall, the rest falls apart more or less. That's kind of it. The whole point of the eye wall is it. That's the main storm. And it can be really thick. And at the same time, the rest of it, just outflow winds to protect the eye wall and to protect it from wind shear. That's all a hurricane is. Now let's say you destroy the hurricane. You know what you've done? You have killed a lot of people. You know what hurricanes do? Just want everyone to know. Just pause it if you got to for 10 seconds. Just pause it if you got to for 10 seconds. I'm going to tell you why we have hurricanes. They cool off the planet. That's it. They cool off the planet. Hurricanes suck up the heat from the hot oceans. All that heat that rises off the water, it helps build the clouds. It helps fuel the hurricane. The center of the hurricane is like a big plunger. It pulls up that ocean water, drops it back down, and that's why you get waves of like 3,000 and 8,000 miles away from a hurricane. It is lifting up massive amounts of water and dropping it back down repeatedly over and over. And it cools off the air around it. Those outflow winds is exhaust. That's all the outflow winds are. It's exhaust. And it's a byproduct that it protects the hurricane from wind shear. But that's what's happening. So if you bomb hurricanes to protect your precious little private property, because it's not about the people, it's about your private property, then you have made so this world remains hotter. If there are no hurricanes, we are screwed. I don't know why humans have to be such the stupid alpha that they want to even try to control the weather. They've been trying to control the weather since the 1940s. Let the weather be. If this is so much God's planet, why are you trying to manipulate God's creation? Just throwing that out there. Stop it. Just throwing it out there. Hurricanes form off of Africa because of the rainy seasons, the monsoon seasons of Africa. They get over these hot waters. They spiral due to the Coriolis effect of, a round planet, because a flat planet doesn't have a Coriolis effect. And they just move across. They move across mainly due to the one in the opposite direction of the planet spinning, because they can't keep up with the speed of the planet. 2, the way the winds are traveling. 3 because they can't go backwards. There you go. They come from Africa. They trek across the Atlantic. They hit the United States. They curve up and travel away from us. And if they can retain their form or reform after they've been dismantled and stuff, they might reform and then they go over to the United Kingdom, all the way over there to Europe and stuff. So we can blame Africa for getting these storms, sure. But Europe can definitely blame us for them getting the storms. I mean, I'm just saying, somebody's going to blame somebody, right? And if you want to blow up a hurricane, fine, blow every single one of them up to protect humans. That way the earth can get hot, there's no cooling system, and we can just swelter and die. And we can all blame the Democrats and the Republicans for it without just blaming ourselves. Because we're the ones that elect these idiots. And we're the ones that push these people into our leadership. So, yes, you want exact change? Look in the mirror. Change yourself to change how everything is around you. I don't really have any other words of wisdom. There's no because of, so why this? I just don't have it. Trump and anyone like that is fucking stupid. That's all I got. This is Sidra Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.
I look at war a little bit differently. To me, war is a lot of prick waving, okay? Simple thing, that's all it is. War is a whole lot of men standing out in the field waving their pricks at one another. Men are insecure about the size of their dicks, and so they have to kill one another over the idea. That's what all that asshole jock bullshit is all about. That's what all that adolescent macho male posturing and strutting in bars and locker rooms is all about. It's called dick fear. Men are terrified that their pricks are inadequate, and so they have to compete with one another to feel better about themselves. And since war is the ultimate competition, basically men are killing each other in order to improve their self-esteem. You don't have to be a historian or a political scientist to see the bigger dick foreign policy theory at work. It sounds like this. What? They have bigger dicks? Bomb them! And of course, the bombs and the rockets and the bullets are all shaped like dicks. It's a subconscious need to project the penis into other people's affairs. It's called fucking with people. So, as far as I'm concerned, that whole thing in the Persian Gulf was nothing more than a big prick-waving dick fight. In this particular case, Saddam Hussein had questioned the size of George Bush's dick. And George Bush has been called a wimp for so long. Wimp rhymes with limp. George has been called a wimp for so long that he has to act out his manhood fantasies by sending other people's children to die. Even the name Bush. Even the name Bush is related to the genitals without being the genitals. A bush is a sort of passive secondary sex characteristic. Now, if this man's name had been George Boner, well, he might have felt a little bit better about himself and we wouldn't have had any trouble over there in the first place. This whole country has a manhood problem. Big manhood problem in the USA. You can tell from the language we use. Language always gives you away. What did we do wrong in Vietnam? We pulled out. Not a very manly thing to do, is it? When you're fucking people, you gotta stay in there and fuck them good. Fuck them all the way. Fuck them till the end. Fuck them to death. Fuck them to death. Fuck them to death. Stay in there and keep fucking them until they're all dead. We left a few women and children alive in Vietnam, and we haven't felt good about ourselves since. That's why in the Persian Gulf, George Bush had to say, "This will not be another Vietnam." He actually used these words. He said, "This time we're going all the way." Imagine an American president using the sexual slang of a 13-year-old to describe his foreign policy. If you want to know what happened in the Persian Gulf, just remember the names of the two men who were running that war. Dick Cheney and Colin Powell. Somebody got fucked in the ass.